Welcome to Chapter 10, Section 1, a lesson on adding and subtracting polynomials. You should have your note sheet printed off so that we can go through a few examples together. Let's start now. We're going to start off by identifying the coefficients of this polynomial, 4 minus x plus 2x cubed. Let's start by putting it in standard form, which is decreasing order of the exponent. There, now we have 2x cubed minus x plus 4. That's standard form. Now we can identify the coefficients. The lead coefficient is 2. There are two other coefficients, -1 and 4. So the coefficients of this expression are 2, -1, and 4. That's the answer we're looking for. Next, let's give the degree and classify each polynomial by degree and number of terms. You'll notice that each of these 6 is quite different. Let's break them down. Example A, -5, has no variable. Hence, its degree is 0, and we call it a constant. It's a one-term polynomial, so we call it a monomial. Example B does have a variable whose exponent is 1. We call this a linear polynomial. It's still one term, so it's still a monomial. Example C, the biggest exponent of the variable is 1, so it's still linear. It's a two-term polynomial though, so we call it a binomial. The degree of example D is 2 because that's its biggest exponent. Polynomials with degrees of 2 are called quadratic. It's still got two terms, so it's still a binomial. Example E, the biggest exponent is 3, so its degree is 3, which we call cubic. Because it's got 3 terms, it's a trinomial. The terms and the degree have nothing to do with each other. In example F, the degree is 4 because the biggest exponent is 4. We call that quartic. Anything with 4 or more terms, we're just going to refer to as a polynomial. I really suggest that you go to page 576 of your book. There's more examples there. Now let's find the sum of more than one polynomial. We're going to write our answers in standard form. Adding polynomials is really no more than combining like terms, which we did a long time ago. We start by identifying that -8x cubed and -3x cubed are like terms. They add up to -11x cubed. -9x squared, 8x squared, and 4x squared add up to -3x squared. Sorry, that should read squared. Then we identify x, -2x. Add those together, they become -x. And +4 and -1 add up to 3. Let's try the second one. First off, 6x squared and x squared add up to 7x squared. -x and -2x add up to -3x. And 3 and -7 add up to -4. So our final answer is 7x squared minus 3x minus 4. Happens to be a quadratic trinomial. The directions here say find the sum, but they really mean find the difference. Adding and subtracting are just opposite operations. Write the answer in standard form. The first step here with subtraction is a little bit different. We actually need to distribute the subtraction sign, which is the same as multiplying everything by a -1. The first polynomial remains unchanged in this step. But the second polynomial everything becomes opposite of what it is. So it's going to be minus 4x squared plus 3x minus 1. Now we can start combining like terms. Negative 6x cubed with negative 2x cubed makes negative 8x cubed. Negative 4x squared stays negative 4x squared. 5x plus 3x becomes 8x. And negative 3 plus negative 1 becomes negative 4. And that's our final answer. Let's do this again. We'll start by distributing the negative sign. The first polynomial remains unchanged. 4x squared minus 1. The second polynomial becomes negative 3x plus 2x squared. Now we can combine like terms. 4x squared plus 2x squared is 6x squared. Negative 3x is all by itself, and negative 1 is all by itself. That's our final answer. The last one again. Distribute the negative sign first, something we didn't have to do with addition. The first polynomial stays unchanged, 12x minus 8x squared plus 6. The second one becomes 8x squared plus 3x minus 4. Now we identify like terms. Start with the biggest exponent, which is 2. Those cancel out. 12x plus 3x is 15x, and 6 plus negative 4 is 2. That's a linear binomial, by the way. 15x plus 2 is our final answer. Remember, if you didn't understand anything that was taught in this lesson, feel free to go back and rewatch the video. If you think you've got it down, come in tomorrow with your finished note sheet and we'll start the in-class assignment. Good luck.